Ladies and gentlemen, football fans across the tri-state area and beyond, imagine this. A Super Bowl winning mastermind. A quarterback whisperer who scripted some of the most electric offenses in NFL history. Suddenly circling back to the Big Apple. What if the New York Giants, our beloved Big Blue, were about to land Jon Gruden as their next head coach? Yeah, you heard that right. It's not just smoke. There's fire. And it's crackling hot right here in November 2025. Buckle up, because tonight on Giants Nation Report, we're diving deep into this seismic rumor that's got MetLife Stadium buzzing like it's game day against the Eagles. I'm your host, the voice that's bled blue since the days of LT terrorizing quarterbacks. And trust me, this could be the spark that reignites the Giants' dynasty dreams. Let's start with the bombshell that's shaking up the NFC East. Just days after the shocking Monday night axe fell on Brian Daboll and his 3-year run that saw flashes of grit but too many gut-wrenching collapses, the Giants' coaching carousel is spinning wild. And right in the spotlight, none other than Jon Gruden, the Chucky himself, the guy who turned the Buccaneers into champions with that trick play magic back in 2002. Sources close to the situation, and by that, I mean his own brother spilling the beans on the arena gridiron, are dropping hints that Gruden's ears are perked up. Jay Gruden, former Washington Commanders head man and Jon's biggest cheerleader, didn't mince words this week. When pressed on whether his sibling would bite if the Giants came calling, Jay lit up like a Broadway marquee. I think he would be very interested, Jay said with that trademark Gruden grin. He loves football. He loves Jaxson Dart. If you got a young, talented quarterback like Jaxson, you want a guy like Jon who challenges him every day. Hold on, pause the tape for a second, because if you're a die-hard Giants fan, that name Jaxson Dart should send shivers down your spine. The kid from Ole Miss, drafted 12th overall just this past spring, has been nothing short of a revelation in his rookie year. Sure, he's thrown a few picks that had us all yelling at our TVs. Remember that interception against the Cowboys in Week 8 that cost us a division lead? But his arm talent? Electric. He's already eclipsed 2,500 passing yards, with those deep balls that remind you of a young Eli Manning slicing through the night. Jay nailed it. Gruden's got a notorious soft spot for Dart, praising him publicly during the draft process as the next big thing with that gunslinger mentality. It's like fate, folks. Gruden, the offensive savant who once faxed plays to his QBs like some gridiron mad scientist, paired with a 22-year-old phenom who's got the poise of a vet and the legs to scramble out of Daboll's predictable pocket traps. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This isn't a done deal. Far from it. Jay was quick to pump the brakes, admitting, if you want a guy who gets the most out of your quarterback, the most out of your team, then I believe Jon Gruden would be a good choice. Does he want to do it? I have no idea. If he has the opportunity, if he's lucky enough to get one, he would really think about it. Classic brotherly love. No outright campaigning, but that cracked door, it's wide enough for a truckload of speculation to barrel through. And why wouldn't it? The Giants' job isn't just any gig. It's the throne of the NFC East, where rivalries burn hotter than a Jersey summer. Think about it. Gruden versus Sirianni's Birds, scheming up ways to neutralize that brotherly duo in Philly or outfoxing McCarthy's Cowboys with some vintage West Coast wrinkles. The possibilities? Mouth-watering. Now, for the deep dive, because you know I don't do surface level here. Gruden's resume reads like a highlight reel from NFL films. Super Bowl 37 with Tampa Bay, where he outcoached the mighty Raiders. Ironic, huh? Given his messy exit from Vegas 4 years back. That 2021 resignation amid those leaked emails? Oof. It left a scar. And yeah, he's still locked in a lawsuit against the league, claiming they hung him out to dry. Smart GMs might hesitate. John Mara and Joe Schoen aren't about to invite that drama into the locker room. But here's the flip. Gruden's a winner. His Raiders teams averaged 27 points a game before the implosion, and his quarterback development? Eli Manning, under his tutelage in Oakland back in '99, laid the groundwork for those 2 rings in '07 and '11. Imagine him molding Dart, pushing like he did Derek Carr or even a young Rich Gannon. We'd see play-action bootlegs that stretched the field, no huddle tempos that were down defenses like our own front seven under Shane Bowen. Speaking of the roster, man, oh man, this Giants squad is primed for a jolt. At 6-3 heading into the bye, we're clinging to that wild card spot, but the defense? Dexter Lawrence is anchoring the line like a modern-day Strahan, sacking Jalen Hurts 3 times last matchup. Malik Neighbors is torching secondaries. Over 800 yards already, with those YAC explosions that echo Odell Beckham's glory days. But offensively, we've sputtered without a visionary at the helm. Daboll's conservative calls, too many 3-and-outs, not enough red zone creativity. Left fans cold. Gruden, he'd unleash it. Remember his, "Hey, Dumbo," radio rants? That passion translated to sidelines fire. Fictional scoop here, but let's say I cornered GM Joe Schoen in the shadows of the Quest Diagnostic Facility. John's not just a coach. He's a culture builder. With Dart, we'd be talking playoffs by Christmas. Okay, maybe not a direct quote, but you feel me. The vibes are there. Zoom out for some historical heft. Because no Giant story is complete without a nod to the legends. This franchise, born in the grit of the Polo Grounds in 1925, when Tim Mara shelled out $500 for the team, that will become New York's heartbeat. We weathered the glory of Y.A. Tittle's championship throws in the 50s, the heartbreak of the 60s sack exchange, and then bam, those miracle runs. LT's 1986 MVP sack fest. Eli's helmet catch heroics against the Pats. Super Bowls 42 and XLVI weren't flukes. They were Big Blue belief. Fast forward to today. MetLife Sea of Blue, that electric New York chant drowning out the swamp from Jersey. And the rivalries? Don't get me started. Gruden in the NFC East would be fireworks. Plotting to pillage Dallas like he did in his Bucs days. Or scheming against Washington's new blood. Statistically, under Daboll, we ranked 22nd in points scored. Gruden's teams? Top 10 offenses 4 out of his last 5 full seasons. Dart's completion percentage sits at 64%. Bumped at the Gruden's 68% average with young QBs. And we're talking 4,000-yard seasons. But wait, there's more layers to peel. Expert takes are pouring in. Albert Breer over at SI dropped a nugget this week, pondering if even juggernauts like the Bucs or Bills need a win to stay elite. Looking ahead, predictions time, because that's what keeps us up at night. If Gruden lands a gig, mark my words, playoffs in year 1. Dart hits 3,500 yards, 25 TDs. Neighbors cracks 1,000. We snagged that 7 seed, upset the Lions in Detroit. Eli flashbacks, anyone? And ride the wave. No Gruden? The list stacked. Maybe Ben Johnson from Detroit brings that Lion spark, or Mike McDonald circles back from Seattle. But John? He's the splash. Impacts? Draft capital stays high if we miss. But with him, we're building contenders, not survivors. Folks, the Giants aren't just a team. They're a movement. From the blue-collar warriors of old to the stars of tomorrow. Big Blue beats loudest when we dream big. So, lace up those sneakers, fire up the grill for tailgate Sundays, and tune in next week as we track this coaching saga. Will Chucky return to the Meadowlands? Hit that subscribe button. Drop your hot takes in the comments. Gruden or bust? And remember, in New York, we don't rebuild, we reload. This is Giants Nation Report, where the passion never fades. Catch you at kickoff.